what is your favorite thing about social media? Is it its reach? Is it its creativity aspect? Is it, tons of different pieces, but what do you love and are passionate about?
I certainly love the business component, that you can literally create your entire clientele of people that you just want to hang out with, and the hair that you like to do or skin that you like to do. But I think that the other thing is that it really allows you to be creative in a new way. I find that hairdressers, and probably most creative service professionals, we kind of get in these ruts. You start off and it's all about rainbow hair and fun stuff, and then as you get more established and your prices increase, the hair becomes a little bit more difficult and kind of more boring, I guess. So you're kind of doing root touch-ups, you're doing long layers, and after a while, like, that starts to eat at you. No one goes to hair school to do a great root touch-up. It certainly pays the bills. Don't hear what I'm not saying, but that creative soul starts to kind of die. So social media and content creation allows you to be creative about what you do in a new way that can be very fulfilling for you as an artist.
Absolutely. And I know you mentioned a little bit about the industry and how that can play a role in it too. What do you think that relationship between the beauty industry, not just hair, not just skin, that entire kind of realm, what is that relationship like with social media? Like, do you think that it really is a good stepping platform? Do you think it lends different capabilities for those who are in the beauty industry? What's that kind of relationship look like?
I mean, I think for the industry, it was completely disruptive. Before, brands and salons really controlled all the information, all the inspiration, all the education. So you'd have to go to a trade show to maybe learn something. You have to take a class. The salon would have to sort of teach you or bring in an educator. Now that's gone, and so people don't need to travel to hair shows, so to speak, to be inspired, and they can be inspired and take in different parts of aesthetic culture from all over the world. That's really amazing. I do feel like it does kind of a bit of both ways. As a salon owner, sometimes it's harder to keep staff. If someone's really great at developing their own business, it's very easy for them to leave. And the downside, not just for me as an owner, is for a lot of hairdressers, they miss the community. Yes, they can go on their own and rent a chair, or rent a do a suite, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but there is something to camaraderie. There is something to having a relationship with your coworkers, being in a space, being a part of something that's bigger than yourself. And so I think for most hairdressers who leverage social to go out on their own, ultimately are missing something in their career that they maybe had in the salon. And so I think that can be a little bit problematic. Certainly some people, maybe like 20% of the hairdressers out there, can run their own business, can budget and do all the things, and so more power to them. But I do feel like it has given people this little sense of autonomy, which disconnects them from the real community of hairdressing. So I think that's a bad part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit about yourself. You said you're a salon owner. How long have you been teaching or educating people on social media, or in general, if you've taught other things?
I started as a tree hugger, so I have a degree in environmental policy from UNC Chapel Hill, and was doing education outreach in college as well as immediately after college, in a sort of corporate way for Beta and for New Corporation. And that's kind of how I got into hair. I was just around hairdressers. So at the salon I worked at, as soon as you qualified to be on the floor and doing hair, you started teaching the new assistants how to blow dry. So I've been sort of teaching almost as long as I've been in the hair industry, so about 15 years. Social media is a new component to it. Kind of got lucky and was the right place at the right time, and Beta saw me and they decided this would be a great opportunity for both of us to go around and do education, and I've been doing that for, I don't know how long, maybe 8 years. I like it though, it's fun because you get to talk to people about things that are more creative and there's no right or wrong, which I love, right? So if I'm teaching you a haircut, hey, that's balanced or not balanced. Sometimes I can't really get to you in one day anyway. Hairdressing takes years and years to develop. So maybe I give you a little bit of a component that you can take with you and get better from, but it is somewhat shallow in the impact I can have on a student. With social media, I can dramatically change the complete trajectory of their career in a couple hours, and that's really valuable and exciting for me.
Yeah, absolutely. We really value the idea of students being able to go off and choose that path and be able to have those different options. So talking about opportunities, it sounds like you've been obviously a part of a lot of awesome, cool, different opportunities.
Yeah.
What's like one of the coolest that you're like, that was like, I'm gonna tell my grandkids one day, like I got to do this, or I got
I'm
to
not
do
gonna talk
that.
to my grandkids about hair. Oh my god. You know, God, there's so many. You know, some of my early, you know, doing Fashion Week, Stella McCartney, and being able to connect with some, you know, really famous models and designers. Those are some of my favorite moments. I did a G-Star show years ago with Alan Louise where the stage was moving and crazy things.
Wow.
Those have been, you know, those kind of like fashion shows have been great, but actually elevated and being able to, I think that's what I'll tell my grandkids about, you know, going to different communities, creating platforms for artists to express themselves without any judgment or limitations. Anyone can come up on stage and do hair. And what I love about it, because I don't always agree with what I see on stage, it's other people's expression, but what I love about it is seeing the passion in these artists, their eyes, and all the work and love they put into that moment and being on stage, and seeing that's like my favorite thing ever. Just helping artists realize their dreams.
Awesome. Well, perfect. Thank you for the time, Tatum. And we are so excited that we've had you today here in Milwaukee, and we're excited to have you in Madison. So we'll get it all over.